Next on Eyewitness News this morning, there's been a series of domestic violence incidents in Central Florida. Find out what can be done to protect victims and help prevent these crimes.
And early this morning, we are feeling the chill yet again. I'll take you through our morning conditions. We've got some wind chills in the 30s. I've got that all coming up.
Plus, 9 Central Florida high school football teams battled it out for the chance to move on to the state championship next week down in Miami. We'll tell you what school made history last night. These stories in your complete local forecast. It's all next on Eyewitness News.
This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News this morning. Coverage you can count on.
Tragic, frightening event for everyone that's involved.
Seminole County investigators say a brutal murder involved a woman and her ex-boyfriend. This morning, we're learning more about what detectives say happened inside a Chuliota home. Good Saturday morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Sam Martello. It is December 7th. Your time right now, 5 o'clock. We're going to have more on our top story in just a minute, but first, a live look outside over downtown Orlando and Lake Eola. We're going to get over to certified meteorologist Cassandra Crimmy in Severe Weather Center 9 for a look at our cold temps this morning, Cassie.
They're back. Yes, we've got temperatures in the 30s, 40s outside. 35 right now in Ocala, 35 in Palm Coast, 41 in Leesburg. We had a front moving through yesterday, kind of clearing late in the day, bringing the clouds with it, but will drop in the temperatures throughout the entire day yesterday. Now we're going to just have a full force cold day. Winds continue to blow out of the north, anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. So this morning it is feeling colder outside. We've got a lot of locations with wind chills in the mid 30s. You can see Leesburg and Claremont. The wind chill right now sitting at around 35 degrees, a 40-degree wind chill in Sanford and Orlando. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do get some of those numbers down into the upper 30s. Clear skies to start the day. I think we'll have a lot more sunshine than we did yesterday. You can see as we go hour by hour through the day, by 11 o'clock, we'll get to about 61 degrees, mid 60s as we get towards the 1 o'clock hour. And it's going to be a cool day, just a handful of some 70s down for our southern zones. We'll get more of that, though, as we head into this upcoming week. I'll have details all coming up. Sam.
Cassie, thank you. We are following a developing story in Seminole County this morning where a neighborhood is still in shock. Investigators say Kristen Stevens was stabbed to death inside her home by her former boyfriend. The sheriff says 42-year-old James Christopher Lindsay broke into the home on Hibbard Trail in Chuliota early Friday morning. Channel 9's Giovanni Diaz is live in that neighborhood for us. And Gio, that suspect was found dead just a few hours later.
Yes, Sam, good morning to you. He died in a single car crash. Let me tell you, investigators are still here at the scene this morning, and this is all happening as this community now has to deal with what happened here. Really a very sad story there. Now, Lindsay was supposed to be arraigned at 9 o'clock a.m. on Friday. This was just hours before Stevens was killed. Reporting live in Seminole County this morning, I'm Giovanni Diaz, Channel 9 Eyewitness News. Sam.
It's a terrible story, Gio. Thank you. We have new details on a death investigation involving an Orlando health doctor. Windermere police say officers were sent to the home of Dr. Thomas Winsel early Monday morning. There, they found the body of Linda Winsel lying on her back. Detectives say the doctor's statements did not match the initial findings. They also found cuts, bruises, and abrasions on his face, neck, and arms. But the doctor told detectives those wounds happened while playing with the family dog. He's been charged with second-degree murder. A man is dead after an officer-involved shooting in Titusville. Police say the suspect was pursuing his estranged wife. The incident began when a woman called 911 about her estranged husband who was aggressively following her as they drove in their cars on South Washington Avenue. Police attempted a traffic stop when officers reached Meadow Lark. The suspect exited his vehicle, displaying a weapon, forcing officers to shoot. The suspect was pronounced dead at the hospital. The suspect's name has not yet been released. And we would like to remind you of the domestic violence crisis line. For those needing help and don't know where to start, contact the number on your screen. It's the Harbor House 24-hour crisis hotline. It's 407-886-2856. Just over 4 years ago, a student died mysteriously in his Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University dorm room. On Friday, his family reached a $4 million settlement agreement with the university. On September 7th, 2020, police responded and found 22-year-old Alexander Bello Ortiz dead from a gunshot wound. His roommate claimed it was a suicide, which the Daytona Beach police concluded in their investigation and closed the case. Lawyers representing the family say there was a different story.
There was no indication in this beautiful young boy's life that he was suicidal. Never depressed, never used drugs, did not have issues. And on that very day that he was shot and killed and deprived of his beautiful long life, he was his normal self.
Lawyers say there was a fight between the roommates the day before, and then Bello Ortiz was actually shot by his roommate on the 6th. However, police never charged him with the crime. Happening today, thousands of people are ready to hit the streets in Orlando this morning to the OUC Half Marathon. The race starts at 7:15, but many roads are already shut down. Channel 9 anchor Alexa Lorenzo has more on the closures. Cassie, I would say this may be the weather for a marathon.
Honestly, you know, the temperatures are kind of perfect for running. A little on the breezy side, which is actually making it feel even colder. So the runners definitely, as they're gearing up, getting ready at the starting line, we're kind of layering up. Winds, they're not extreme, 5 to 10 miles per hour in most locations. Some spots 10 to 15. You can see that over at the coastline. But here in the metro, we're at around a 9-mile-per-hour wind, making it feel colder than it actually is. So if we look at our temperatures and the wind chills, you can see right now in Leesburg, 42, but feels like 37. Sanford, 45, but feels like 40. Orlando, also 45 and feels like 40. Up in Daytona Beach, it's 41. Feels more like 36 degrees to start us off. So it's a noticeable chill when we factor in that wind, but we've got clear skies. So those runners not going to be dodging any raindrops this morning. We go hour by hour through the day today. Lots and lots of sunshine, a change up from yesterday, but it is going to be cool today. A lot of upper 60s, portions of Brevard County. I think we'll see some 70s. You can see we've got that lone 70 down in Palm Bay, 69 degrees in Merritt Island, and a little bit cooler up the coastline. We will get some changes though by next week. I'll have the details on that all coming up. Sam.
Cassie, thank you. Temperatures drop many on the holidays, but turns out your Christmas tree could actually be the cause. We'll explain why. And investigators are calling the gunman who killed United Healthcare CEO in New York sloppy. Find out the latest as the manhunt continues. And next, during an emergency, a matter of seconds could make a life-changing difference. After the break, how new technology has helped Volusia County first responders achieve record response times.
Drone 9, only on Channel 9 Eyewitness News. Getting you closer over the scene of breaking news.
Drone 9, sponsored by StrataAC.com. You ought to call Strata.
Central Florida's chief meteorologist Tom Terry, tracking storms for 28 years.
It's my job to keep you safe.
Only on Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Good Saturday morning, and thanks for joining us. I'm meteorologist Cassandra Crimmy, and our time right now, 5:15. We take you outside live over downtown Orlando, those dark and cold skies. 45 degrees is where we're sitting at right now in Orlando. Excuse me, winds out of the north at around 9 miles per hour. A lot of low to mid 40s, some 30s. Palm Coast, Ocala, Bushnell, 35 to 39 degrees in those locations. A little bit more mild though as well, kind of on the flip side over in Brevard County. These temperatures much colder than what we were yesterday. Yesterday was a very unique day. The front was sliding through the day across central Florida and dropping our temperatures kind of bit by bit as the day went down. Instead of the afternoon climb in temperatures, it was kind of an afternoon drop in temperatures with some of our colder conditions later in the day. So Ocala, 27 degrees colder this morning. DeLand, 18 degrees colder, and winds continuing to blow out of the north, pushing in that cool air for us. And it's going to continue to drop our temperatures for today, but also it's making it feel colder. The wind chill value you can see in a lot of spots in the 30s and low 40s. So definitely a jacket start to the day. At least the cold has returned. But hour by hour through the day today, we've got nothing but sunshine. You can see as we go hour by hour, all the sunny skies that we'll have after yesterday's cloudy day. It'll be a nice little change up because at 9 o'clock, 52 degrees, still feels as though it's in the 40s. We'll start to kind of shake that wind chill factor as we get further into the afternoon, but we're not going to heat up a whole lot today. Many of us in the mid to upper 60s, a few low 70s as we make our way down into our southern territory, Palm Bay. as we get closer towards celebration. But as we go through really the next couple of days, we're going to change quite quickly. We're going to have an approaching front as we head into next week. As that happens, winds will turn more out of the south, so we're going to warm up very quickly. Even by tomorrow, we're back in the mid-70s before we get our next system. And this one I think is going to bring us some measurable rainfall, but it's not going to arrive until the middle of this upcoming week. So we'll stay dry through the weekend into early in the week. By Wednesday, a good 50% chance for some scattered showers and storms, but take a look at the temperatures. Talk about warming up quickly. We're hitting the mid-70s tomorrow after a cold start again, but by Monday and Tuesday, we have afternoon highs back in the 80s, reaching 82 degrees on Tuesday afternoon. Sam.
Cassie, thank you. A technology put in Volusia County deputy patrol cars a year ago has resulted in record response times. It's called Live 911. It allows deputies to hear emergency calls in real time. Channel 9 Volusia County reporter Demi Johnson got an update on how it's helping law enforcement do their jobs faster. Well, coming up, 'tis the season to give. We'll tell you how you can help give back in our annual Toys for Tots Drive Up and Drop Off Toy Drive. And the lawsuit of the foreign company behind Tower Ride in Icon Park is over. We're going to hear from the family of the teen who died from that tragedy.
Many airline travelers are paying for a service called Clear to move through airport security lines faster.
I mean, it's huge beneficial, I think. I definitely recommend it.
But at times, users find these lines to move even slower, leaving the benefits unclear.
You have to stand in the line with all the other people.
It is so inconsistent.
Action 9 digs into this costly program to determine if it's really worth the price. Live Monday at 5 on Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
A foreign company behind the free fall drop tower ride will have to pay over $300 million in damages to the family of the teen who fell to his death from that ride in Icon Park. Representatives for the family say the purpose of this trial was to hold anyone involved accountable for what happened to Tyree Sampson. Channel 9 anchor Greg Wormuth reports the verdict was the last piece of the puzzle to accomplish that goal. They also plan on filing the judgment in every county that Fun Time operates in. A federal appeals court panel unanimously upheld a law that could lead to a ban on TikTok in a few short months. The law requires TikTok to break ties with its China-based parent company, ByteDance, or be banned by mid-January. TikTok and ByteDance are expected to appeal to the Supreme Court, though it's unclear whether the court will take up the case. UCF's president is about to get a big pay raise. The Board of Trustees voted yesterday to extend Alexander Cartwright's contract into 2026. And with incentives, he could make more than $1.2 million next year. In September, the salary of Florida State's president increased to $1.1 million. Former Senator Ben Sasse had one of the most lucrative contracts at the University of Florida. In 5 years, $10 million before resigning back in July. Well, coming up, we'll tell you how New York law enforcement is making headway in the killing of a healthcare CEO.
And as we get you outside today, it is a colder start to the day, and we're going to keep things cool for a short time. We do have a big warm-up around the corner. I've got the details all coming up.
WFTV.com. See breaking news anytime, everywhere. Streaming live no matter what device you're on. Plus, zoom into live radar and track storms to where you live. WFTV.com is brought to you by City Kia of Greater Orlando. This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News this morning. Coverage you can count on.
Tragic, frightening event for everyone that's involved.
Seminole County investigators say a brutal murder involved a woman and her ex-boyfriend. This morning, we're learning more about what detectives say happened inside of a Chuliota home. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, December 7th. I'm Sam Martello. Your time right now is just about 5:30. We're going to have more on that tragic top story in just a minute. But first, we're taking you live outside over downtown Orlando and Lake Eola. It is a cold start to our day. We're going to get over to certified meteorologist Cassandra Crimmy for a check of our forecast.
You know, and in some spots, 15, 20, almost 30 degrees colder right now than it was yesterday at this time. Because yesterday we had temperatures dropping through the day as that front rolled through. But you can see outside in portions of Marion, Sumter, Flagler County, our typical hot spots or cold spots, however you want to look at it, are in the 30s. 35 degrees right now in Palm Coast as well as in Ocala, 39 in Bushnell, 45 in Sanford and Orlando. And remember that 45 because the winds outside early this morning making it feel a little bit colder. We've got about a 9-mile-per-hour wind in Sanford and Orlando. So our wind chill actually sits right at around 40 degrees. Daytona Beach, you're in the 40s, but your wind chill sits at 36 degrees this morning. You can see Claremont, Leesburg, the wind chill in the mid-30s. So it's a cold start to our day. We'll have clear skies as we head through the afternoon, so a whole lot more sunshine headed your way as we get you through your Saturday. You can see that hour by hour, nothing but sunshine. We've got the 50s through the 9 o'clock hour. We'll still anticipate a wind chill really through about 9 o'clock before things start to level out, and our 60s will feel more true to themselves, getting into the low 60s by just before noon, headed into the upper 60s. And areas of Osceola, Polk County, I think we'll have a couple of low 70s for today. A few communities down in far southern Brevard County, but for most of us, we're peaking only in the 60s, about 67 you can see in areas such as Apopka, 68 in Altamont and Sanford, and continuing up that I-4 corridor. Volusia County will get to about 66 degrees in Pearson and 66 degrees in DeLand. We are going to warm things up very quickly, though, before our next system. I'm going to take you through all those changes all coming up. Sam.
Cassie, thank you. Well, we're following a tragic story out of Seminole County this morning. Investigators say a mother was stabbed to death by her boyfriend. It happened yesterday in the home the couple used to share on Hibbard Trail in Chuliota. Channel 9's Giovanni Diaz is live for us in that neighborhood this morning. And Gio, we've had several terrible examples of domestic violence recently in Central Florida.
Yes, Sam, and a handful of those cases actually happened just this past week. We'll get to more resources for you coming up in the next half hour, but I really want you to pay attention to what we are dealing with here this morning. Deputies are still here on the scene right now, and this morning this community now has to deal with what happened here. You heard there from Sheriff Lima as many as 70 times. This woman could have been stabbed as many as 70 times. This is absolutely astounding to hear. Now, this community, again, is in shock, and it is very important for you to keep in mind that it is important to speak out. So we have a list of all resources available for you on our website, WFTV.com. Reporting live in Seminole County this morning, I'm Giovanni Diaz, Channel 9 Eyewitness News. Sam.
Gio, thank you. New York law enforcement is making headway in the killing of a healthcare CEO this week. In a new development, investigators say they believe they found the backpack carried by the suspect in Central Park. Sherelle Hubbard has the latest details on the manhunt. A source says investigators have yet to officially confirm the origin of the bag and are waiting for test results. UCF police are encouraging students on campus to make sure their residences and vehicles are locked up. Detectives are investigating a pair of strange burglaries from Thursday. Some students came home to find their car keys missing and vehicles ransacked. Police are reminding students to be vigilant and report criminal activity. They say to lock your doors and never leave valuables inside of your car. In Volusia County, a realtor alongside an accomplice remains behind bars. The sheriff's office says Jason Valiant exploited an elderly couple in Ormond Beach and took them for over $1 million. The couple hired him to sell their property. The sheriff's office says he then created fake documents and made himself power of attorney when they were in bad health. He then drained their bank accounts and willed all of their properties to himself. It's reported he had an accomplice, Connie Kellner, who knew of the scheme and helped in the crimes. For most people, the holidays are a time for fun, but for others, this time of year actually makes them sick. Coming up, see why your holiday decorations could play a big part in stirring up your allergies.
And early this morning, it is a chillier start. Some locations almost 30 degrees colder. I'm going to take you through those chilly changes, plus when we can get some 80s back. All the details coming up.
There's a reason why more Central Florida viewers choose us every day. It's because from morning to night, our journalists are investigating the stories in our community that matter to you. There's a reason why our reporters are bent on holding the powerful accountable, because it affects you, your family, your money. And that's why decade after decade, you continue to make us the most watched newscast in Central Florida. Because we're Channel 9 Eyewitness News, community coverage you can count on.
Weather updates from Severe Weather Center 9 are sponsored by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
Welcome back, everyone. Your time right now is 5:42. You can see a cruise ship docking here in Port Canaveral, and those passengers getting off today, Cassie, are going to be met with some cold weather.
Oh, yeah, and a little bit of a breeze, which is making it feel even colder still. Most of us have that wind right at around 10 miles per hour, just under. You can see here in Sanford and Orlando with winds at around 9 miles per hour, but that is kind of taking a bite out of those temperatures. 45 in Sanford and Orlando, but feeling more like 40. As we get up into Daytona Beach, where it's in the 40s, 41, it feels like 36 degrees with that wind chill. The Villages, Leesburg, Claremont also waking up to 40-degree temperature readings, but feeling more like the mid and upper 30s. So it's a cold start to the day. We have a little bit of cloud cover that's rolling through, nothing like what we had yesterday with that front. We're going to have a whole lot of sunshine. And over in Brevard County, you can see hour by hour through the day, we've got a lot of 60s. Most of us are going to peak in the 60s. There's really only going to be a handful of our lucky residents that will get into the 70s. You can see down in Palm Bay, but a breezy and cool afternoon in store. We eventually will all be warming up, and we've got a big warm up. I'll have the details on that coming up. Sam.
Well, Toys for Tots still needs your help to make the holidays special for kids in need. Coming up, how you can pitch in and help make sure every child has a reason to smile this holiday season.
Hi, I'm Greg Wormuth. Join me for Cultivating Community Wholeness, sponsored by Advent Health. This special program highlights the extraordinary individuals and organizations driving meaningful change and fostering wholeness across Central Florida. Tune in only on Channel 9.
Well, it is not too late to help make sure every child in Central Florida has a gift under the tree this year. Yesterday, Channel 9 held a drive-up, drop-off toy drive, and we're trying to collect as many gifts as possible for Toys for Tots. And we will hold another drive-up and drop-off toy donation drive next Friday, December 13th, right here at WFTV. It will run from 7 in the morning until 6 at night, and you can drive by and donate toys. No need to even park your car. Of course, we'll have Santa, the Eyewitness News team, volunteers, Marines, and our partners here taking the donations. Well, New Smyrna Beach kicked off the holiday season with the Light Up Flagler Avenue event. The entire street lit up simultaneously last night. This was the 5th year the Flagler Business Association has hosted the event. Organizers say it's a fun way to bring residents together and support Flagler Avenue businesses. Our Demi Johnson even hosted the event. Well, your time right now is 5:48, and this is good weather for all the holiday activities
Feels
outside.
Like it. Yeah, it really does. And I love. It's my personal, I just love lights.
Oh, I know.
I'm like, leave them up all year long, like any kind of light. I don't care what color it is. I don't care what we're celebrating.
Like them too, yeah.
I just like them.
I do too.
And maybe because it gets dark at like 3.
I was going to say 5 o'clock. I'm ready for bed.
Right, it's like a little happiness. But we get you outside early this morning. We are dark and cold. Ooh, 45 degrees for us. Winds out of the north, 9 miles per hour, and it's going to make those mid 40s feel a little bit colder. We've got wind chill values this morning. The Villages, Leesburg, Claremont, Daytona. You can see low 40s for you, but we're going to see a wind chill value, which we'll see here in just a moment, in the 30s. So temperatures in and of themselves, we're very cold this morning. Look up on Ocala, 27 degrees colder, 20 degrees colder into land as that front has moved through, cleared the area. Now we're getting the full feel of that cold weather. And again, with winds outside anywhere from about 8 to 12 miles per hour, it is making it feel colder. So these are the wind chill values I was mentioning. Daytona Beach, it feels more like 36. Leesburg and Claremont, more like 35. And Sanford and Orlando, instead of 45, it feels more like 40 degrees. So cold start. Through the day, we're going to see nothing but sunshine today. Not tracking any rainfall. You're not going to have any hiccups there. We go hour by hour through the day. You can see the ample sunshine through the entire afternoon. At 9 o'clock, 52 degrees, wind chill right at around 49 degrees. So we're still kind of factoring that in as we get you through our late morning hours. Things will start to level out. You see wind chill not so much of an issue as we head towards the afternoon, but it's going to be cool. Breezy, sunny, cool today. A lot of us peaking in the 60s, really just a few 70s. As we make our way towards some of our southern communities. But as we go through this upcoming week, there's going to be some big changes. There's going to be a front approaching. This will move through by about the middle of the week. So leading up to that, we're going to have winds turn more out of the south. That will help warm things up. So over the next couple of days, our temperatures are going to climb quite a bit before that rain moves in on Wednesday and brings us another dose of some cold weather. So our 7-day forecast with that weekend always in view. Today, cool, 60s. Overnight tonight into tomorrow is going to be another chilly one. We'll wake up to a lot of 40s, but by tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at highs in the mid-70s. Our mornings are not as cold as we start off Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday. 50s and 60s, not bad. Afternoon highs in the 80s come Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday, we've got that 50% chance for rain as that front rolls through, and we get another drop off in our temperatures. Thursday is going to be quite cold after that front. We'll wake to 40s with afternoon highs in the 60s. Sam?
Cassie, thank you. Well, over to sports now. Last night, 6 Central Florida high school football teams had a chance to earn a spot in their state title games. Those championship games will be played next week down in Miami. We're going to start with Class 7A, Lake Mary hosting Dr. Phillips. The Rams led 10-6 at the half, but the Panthers take the lead on this. Running back Amari Major takes the snap and dives into the end zone for the score, 13-10 Panthers. But it's tough to stop the Rams offense. Rams running back Parker Perrells takes the handoff and weaves his way through the Panther defense, giving Lake Mary the 17-13 lead. Then later, it's Parker again, earning the tough 2 yards for another Ram touchdown. Lake Mary wins it 24-13, earning their first ever trip to the state title game.
It's surreal. It's hard to talk about it. You know, it hasn't really sunk in yet. We just always were thinking about the next week, the next game, and now, wow, we're at the end. You know, we finally made it to the end of the season where we're going to find out state champs or not, and just so excited, just too excited.
It's amazing. You know, emotions high, momentum changed in the second half. You know, we were a little down, but you know, we all rose to the occasion. We were there.
It's great doing it in front of our crowds. We got the best community support here. Our fans are awesome. The students, they come out every week, so we're excited about that.
It's a very exciting moment. I'm very proud of my team. Everyone stepped up, all 3 phases of the ball, defense, special teams, offense. First time in school history, like you said, and we can't wait to execute at states.
And here's a look at the other state semifinal games that involve Central Florida schools. Osceola will play for the Class 6A championship. The Cowboys won last night, 41-35. O'Galley got shut out by Northwestern, 40-0 out on the coast. And Cocoa earns yet another trip to the state title game. The Tigers beat Cardinal Mooney 31-21. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, coming up in the next hour of Eyewitness News this morning, a political battle continues in Orange County. The latest move in the fight over funding at the Supervisor of Elections office.
And it is much colder this morning. We're talking 20 to 30 degrees colder in some locations. I'm going to take you through the chill that we'll have to start the weekend, but also a big warm-up that's just around the corner.
Across Central Florida, we recognize the spirit of coming together.
Making someone's Christmas just a little brighter.
What it means to help each other in times of need.
Is all about the unity for Central Florida.
And seeing all of our community come and help. It's a relationship that we've had for decades.
From our newsroom to your homes, we're more than just a station. We're a part of the community.
Thank you so much for helping bring us together and spreading the word.
Channel 9 Eyewitness News. Community coverage you can count on.